Mattityahu Chapter 1. This is the genealogy of Yeshua the Messiah, son of David, son of Abraham. Abraham was the father of Yitzhak. Yitzhak was the father of Yaakov. Yaakov was the father of Yehudah and his brothers. Yehudah was the father of Peretz and Zerach. Their mother was Tamar. Peretz was the father of Hezron. Hezron was the father of Ram. Ram was the father of Amminadab. Amminadab was the father of Nachshon. Nachshon was the father of Salmon. Salmon was the father of Boaz. His mother was Rachav. Boaz was the father of Oved. His mother was Ruth. Oved was the father of Yishai. Yishai was the father of David the king. David was the father of Shlomo. His mother was the wife of Uriah. Shlomo was the father of Rechavam. Rechavam was the father of Aviah. Aviah was the father of Asa. Asa was the father of Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat was the father of Joram. Joram was the father of Uzziyahu. Uzziyahu was the father of Jotam. Jotam was the father of Achaz. Achaz was the father of Hizkiyahu. Hizkiyahu was the father of Manasseh. Manasseh was the father of Ammon. Ammon was the father of Yoshiyahu. Yoshiyahu was the father of Yekaniah and his brothers at the time of the exile to Babel. After the Babylonian exile, Yekaniah was the father of Shealtiel. Shealtiel was the father of Zerubbabel. Zerubbabel was the father of Abihud. Abihud was the father of Eliakim. Eliakim was the father of Azor. Azor was the father of Zadok. Zadok was the father of Yakin. Yakin was the father of Elihud. Elihud was the father of Elazar. Elazar was the father of Matan. Matan was the father of Yaakov. Yaakov was the father of Yosef, the husband of Miriam, from whom was born the Yeshua who was called the Messiah. Thus there were 14 generations from Abraham to David, 14 generations from David to the Babylonian exile, and 14 generations from the Babylonian exile to the Messiah. Here is how the birth of Yeshua the Messiah took place. When his mother Miriam was engaged to Yosef, before they were married, she was found to be pregnant from the Ruach HaKodesh. Her husband-to-be, Yosef, was a man who did what was right, so he made plans to break the engagement quietly rather than put her to public shame. But while he was thinking about this, an angel of Yehovah appeared to him in a dream and said, "Yosef, son of David, do not be afraid to take Miriam home with you as your wife, for what has been conceived in her is from the Ruach HaKodesh. She will give birth to a son, and you are to name him Yeshua, which means Yehovah saves, because he will save his people from their sins." All this happened in order to fulfill what Yehovah had said through the prophet. The virgin will conceive and bear a son, and they will call him Emmanuel. The name means God is with us. When Yosef awoke, he did what the angel of Yehovah had told him to do. He took Miriam home to be his wife, but he did not have sexual relations with her until she had given birth to a son, and he named him Yeshua.